It's no lie that this type of video you're watching is not very original, because let's be honest, there are tons of both ranking videos and websites out there on the internet covering this topic. So why am I then making this video? Well, first, this was the video you guys voted for, and thanks to all the people who decided to vote, but I also wanted to make this video in order to challenge myself, because most of the videos on my channel are about a single game or topic that I then dive into and talk about. So I thought about taking two pretty different but also similar games and put them up against one another to answer the ultimate question: which game is better and more worth buying? And before I begin yapping for like 20 minutes, just know that this is my opinion and that you are allowed to disagree with everything I say in this video. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, get comfortable in your chair or toilet, because this is going to be a long video. Like any other good story, we need a place to start, and I think the perfect topic to first talk about is the introductions of each game. And before you click off the video, know this is not just a deep dive into some of the common mechanics and story of each game, because you probably already know that if you decide to click on this video. I just think the introduction for a game is like a timer that starts the minute you load into your world, and once that timer reaches 0, you have to decide whether to play it or not. But trust me, us having gone over the introductions of each game is going to help us decide a winner at the end of the video. Wait, where was I? Ah yes, the actual introductions. Let's start with Minecraft. As you hopefully all know, Minecraft is an open world survival game where you're just kind of placed into your world with no instructions, so what are you then supposed to do with no guidance? Well, there are two possibilities. One, you try to figure out things on your own, it goes horribly wrong and you turn to YouTube or just stay in the overworld forever. Two, you immediately go to YouTube for guidance because you just want a good start to the game and a basic goal to chase. Or you're just fucking lazy. Let's say that you decide to not immediately turn to YouTube or a friend for that matter for help, and you start to move around. First, you are met with a lot of stuff to explore, which is great for a sandbox game like Minecraft. Chop down your first trees, figure out how to make a stick, maybe a sword, you kill an animal, mine a bunch of dirt, and spend your first night in that dirt house. Or you're just a complete maniac that deals with things as they happen. But that is a rough introduction of Minecraft. But let's be real, it's that first day that's going to make you say I like. And yes, I do know that there are hundreds of things to do in Minecraft, even in the first day. And yes, some people will also play this game because of a specific animal or item. But I'm just trying to be universal and speak for what you will most likely encounter in your first day as a new player that knows nothing about the game. And normally I would just leave it at that, but there's a pretty game-changing thing that I have to include in this first topic, and that's the crafting book. Minecraft is a constantly updating game, so I was bound to run into a problem like this, because now I have to decide which version of Minecraft I'm talking about, because some of the arguments I have towards the introduction is going to heavily change the outcome of the points. So I have decided to talk about the newest version of Minecraft, which is more first player friendly than the Minecraft that I'm used to. So with things like the crafting book, where you unlock and can visibly see new crafting recipes whenever you get a certain block, means that you will most likely have a way better and not so intimidating start than if you didn't have it. And the same goes for the nether, because we have room portals, and also the end because of, again, the crafting book. So the introductions of Minecraft is a pretty first time player friendly if we look at the newest version of the game. So with Minecraft's introduction part gone over, let's look at Stardew Valley and its introduction. Unlike Minecraft, there's actually a bit of story at the start of the game, but we'll talk about that story later in the video. But after the intro cutscene, you are placed onto your farm with a few main objectives, like meeting everyone in the village and planting your first vegetables. So already right off the bat, you have a general goal to complete, unlike Minecraft. So is that already a point for Stardew Valley? Well, not quite. There are still things that we have to cover. Because similar to Minecraft, you are still on your own when it comes to finding everyone in the village and slowly figuring out how to get more objectives, which will result in you making your first sum of money after a few days. So in Stardew Valley, you have the foundation right from the get-go, and then as you explore the land and get introduced to all of the things there is, it becomes way less intimidating and more inviting than Minecraft. And yes, I do know that Minecraft have literal monsters chasing you around in the middle of the night, which normally is more challenging than meeting a few people in a village. But do you know how long it took me to find everyone in the village? Multiple days. So having gone over the rough introductions of both games, which one is the best? Because you have to understand that the introductions of a game is like the trailer for what the rest of the game is going to be like. And for that reason, I'm going to give the first point to Stardew Valley purely because of the new player-friendly introduction, where it's almost impossible to not have a main goal and thus a good introduction. Yes, you could argue that Minecraft is meant to just let its players loose without help, but not everyone can figure that out without help, so I stand by my first point going to Stardew Valley. Now with the introductions over, you start to play the game, which leads perfectly into the next topic, being which game has the most content for the player. And this topic is important because without content, there's no game. So let's see who will take this point home. Let's start with Minecraft again. Not only do we have an absolutely insane amount of blocks and items to collect, but there's also so much to do in each world. If you want to build the biggest house ever, you can do that. If you want to explore the entire world, you can do that. There are achievements, boss fights, and multiple dimensions. So it's safe to say that there is something for everyone to do, which is also probably the reason why Minecraft is one of the most popular video games even to this day. The only thing that Minecraft doesn't have is a story. But let's be real, no story in a game like Minecraft is a very minor thing to complain about, because you literally create your own adventure every single time you make a new world. And the great thing about Minecraft is its sheer size and lack of a story means that you have every opportunity to play the game in any way you want. If you want to make a challenge like never being allowed to enter a village, you can do that because of the many ways to get resources in Minecraft due to its sheer size. Even though you can probably guess who's going to take this point home, let's still give Stardew Valley a chance to take the point home, because there is also a lot of content in this game. Let's first talk about the obvious thing Stardew Valley has over Minecraft, being a somewhat linear story that you can decide to complete if you want to. But if you just want to make the biggest farm in existence, then there is no story stopping you from doing that. Another thing that Stardew Valley has against Minecraft on content topic is all of the unique villagers, all with their own personalities, which just adds so much depth to the content of Stardew Valley. Not because your choice of words will affect anyone's fate, unless you decide to get married to someone, but even so, the villagers play a very big role in Stardew Valley because it's them that allows you to buy stuff, do quests, do the story, expand your farm, sell stuff, and a bunch of other things. Just like Minecraft, there is a ton of things to collect in this game, like every piece of food, weapons, artifacts, crops, ores, and you get the idea. But the problem with Stardew Valley's content is that at some point there will be nothing left to do because you have everything in the game. Stardew Valley is not like Minecraft in the sense of having the ability to create anything from thin air. Sure, you can technically build houses and structures in Stardew Valley, but it's not really you building them, it's you getting the resources for one of the villagers to build it for you. And at some point you will just run out of room to place stuff in Stardew Valley, unlike Minecraft, because here you only have a farm in Stardew Valley, while you have an entire world in Minecraft. So the game that's going to take the win for the most content is Minecraft, because of all of the things to collect and do with said items. minutes. And while it's interesting and time consuming to get every unique encounter and dialogue from all of the villagers in Stardew Valley, there is just more to do in Minecraft as a whole. Now that we have gone over the huge amount of content there are in these two games, even though I've probably missed a ton of things about both games, we will continue on to the next topic, which is what game is the best to play single player? Now I am really getting into a dangerous and personal topic because this question normally depends on the individual, but I'll try to be fair and give good arguments for each game. Let's this time start with Stardew Valley. Now, due to the story of Stardew Valley, the game is somewhat meant to be played by a single person because it allows the player to explore the pretty big but not infinite world on their own without any distractions from someone else. There is also a certain level of character building in Stardew Valley with all of the villagers that was kind of made and probably also more to be explored by one person instead of 2. Stardew Valley is also a game where it's pretty easy to do something in a short amount of time because of the limited size of the world that you are in. This is a topic where I think it's harder to do something big in Minecraft in a short amount of time when you are just one player. And I think that's due to Minecraft having so much content in it that there's just too much to do that you won't be able to do anything in like 15 minutes. It's not like that in Stardew Valley because unlike Minecraft you can actually do quite a bit of stuff in like 15 minutes because you always have the ability to plant something, sleep for a few days, harvest those crops and then sell them for a sum of money that adds up pretty quickly. Where in Minecraft you can strip mine for like 10 minutes, find nothing, get back up to your base, harvest your farm and then your time is up. And I think it's like this with almost anything you do alone in Minecraft because it's just you. So you will sometimes need to put hours into a project to get something worth your time. And this also applies for Stardew Valley, but it's not as hardcore as it is in Minecraft because I think that there's more to do in Stardew Valley in a short amount of time than there is to do in Minecraft due to everything being so close together in Stardew Valley. Unless you go like back and forth between a certain area a bunch of times, then yes, I can see the same argument being made for Stardew Valley. But I still think that it's easier to get something done alone in Stardew Valley because of the very short travel time between everything in the game, whether it's story related or not. And I sometimes think it's this convenience in single player gaming that draws in the gamers that don't have any friends online to play with at the moment or just wanting to play a game for themselves. Now on to Minecraft. Because this point, despite my good arguments for Stardew Valley, is not quite decided yet. Because I think that there's a very important thing to consider when it comes to time optimization in Minecraft, which is the automatic farms that you can create in the game. So if we take my primary reason for why Stardew Valley is great for single player and apply this concept to Minecraft farms, you get a whole lot of story. Because unlike multiplayer worlds in Minecraft, I think that you are more likely to make an automatic farm like a mob or iron golem farm if you are a single player due to you being the only person that can farm for resources. What all of this means is if you have a mob farm, then you have the ability to collect and do a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time. But is that the only thing? Because what if I don't want to make a mob farm? Well, then let's broaden the picture a bit and ignore the 15-minute thing. Removing the time cap doesn't change a whole lot for Stardew Valley, but it's a whole lot of story for Minecraft because now you have the ability to do a bunch of things you cannot do in 15 minutes. Like sorting your items because I know how those items are laying in all of those chests. Building the rest of your house, expand your farm, kill a boss, find a village and so much more. This also applies for Stardew Valley because if you have more than 15 minutes then you can also get a lot of things done in the game. So which game is going to take the point for this round? Well, after a lot of thinking, I've decided to go with Stardew Valley because of the way the game is kind of made for single player gaming. Also because of the convenience there is in you having the ability to pick up the game for like 15 minutes and get a bunch of stuff done in that short amount of time. And while there is a lot to do in Minecraft, especially if you have the time, I think it will be easier for single players to get something done in Stardew Valley than it is in Minecraft. Now, it wouldn't be fair to just talk about the single player part of each game when you have the ability to play online in both of the games. So our next topic will be, which game would I like to play with friends? Let's start with Stardew Valley. Now, the actual gameplay for Stardew Valley doesn't change much if you decide to start a farm with 2, 3, 4, 8 players, because you're still doing the same stuff. You can just optimize things to get more stuff done in a very short amount of time. Before I get into more of the positive things about Stardew Valley's multiplayer, I thought that I should point out one of the pretty big negatives with the multiplayer aspects. And it's interactions, but worse cutscenes not syncing up with everyone on the farm. Let's take an easy example. At some point in the game, you are tasked with going to the old town hall where a cutscene with Lewis plays out for everyone in the world, even if they aren't in the cutscene area. What I then don't understand is that when you go to see the wizard for the first time in the tower, it's only the one player that goes to the tower that gets to see that entire cutscene unfold. I don't know if this is just a bug because I haven't played long enough with my friends to see any other cutscenes where only one player can trigger it at a time. So let me know down in the comments if this is a bug or something that is intended. Okay, let's get back on track because this video is getting long. Due to Stardew Valley's small map, if we don't consider the other islands and places that are in the game, you have the ability to complete a bunch of things because all of the players in a world share the same quests. This means that you can usually complete a ton of quests and get pretty far into the game in a short amount of time. But it's not only the quests all of the players share with one another, they also share the total amount of money, which can lead to some pretty funny moments.
Så nu tjekker jeg lige. Ja, ja.
Hvad er det for 1000?
Ej, det var 2000. Men what, det har jeg. Yes!
Nå, du brugte lige...
Men,
Det er fordi, det var mine 1000.
No.
And even though it's pretty easy to get a ton of cash if you don't use the profit margins, it can still be a bit of a pain to sometimes talk about how much money everyone should use because you don't own your own wallet. Luckily, it's not the same with the items you have. Those you have all to yourself, unless you put them in a chest or physically gift them to another player. But even after all of this, it's just super fun to see multiple houses and your farm growing at a fast pace when you are playing like 2 or 4 players together. That was a lot for Stardew Valley, so let's now look at Minecraft. And I thought I should mention, which I should have done at the start of the video, that I have not counted any type of side content of both games in this discussion when it comes to the different topics. This includes stuff like servers and mods for both games. So to get back to Minecraft, unlike Stardew Valley, it was always the intention to have multiplayer in Minecraft. And since Minecraft was literally made to play together with people, you would think that at least some of the updates were about expanding the amount of items and things to do for multiplayers only. But surprisingly, that's not really the case. The only updates that I can kind of think of that introduced something for multiplayers only was the crossplay update and the ominous trial update. But if there are any other things, then by all means leave a comment about it down below. So if it's not the actual updates that does something for the multiplayer part of Minecraft, then why is it so popular? Well, if we return to when I talked about the content of each game, then I would say that we have our answer. Which is because of the enormous size each Minecraft world is, that just makes it more appealing to explore with other people. Because unlike Stardew Valley where you can do a bunch of stuff, it's not the same story with Minecraft. And with all of the things you're able to do together on Minecraft, like building, exploring and fighting, it results in the creation of a certain freedom that just isn't in Stardew Valley. It may also be this freedom that draws in people wanting to play together in the first place. Sure, if I had to get a negative to Minecraft's multiplayer, it would be some of the problems you could run into when wanting to play in another person's world. Like either having to buy a world or download a certain type of Minecraft that allows for easy multiplayer. But I think it's a minor problem considering how many YouTube videos there are out there covering this problem. So who is going to take this point home? Well, after a lot of thinking, I have decided to go with Minecraft, mostly because of the freedom I was talking about, but also due to the immense amount of exploration there is to do with multiple people. which now means that the score is tied 2-2. Wow, that's weird to say. This means that we have to break the tie, and instead of me talking about the last topic, I'm putting the decision in your guys' hands. Because I want you guys to decide down in the comments, because my dumbass didn't think about doing a poll, which game wins on price. If you don't know, Minecraft costs about $30 while Stardew Valley costs about $15. With everything that we have gone over in this video, and if you have anything extra to add, I want you guys to decide who gets the final point and takes the win home. That was a lot. This video ended up being like 4,000 words long, and it took a long time to edit, so I would really appreciate if you gave this video a like and a sub, and if I've missed anything or forgotten to talk about anything in this video, then leave a comment about it down below. I'm gonna go to bed now, but until we meet again, bye bye.